Have you ever woken up, poured your coffee, and realized that something inside you feels switched off? I see it every day. Men who once charged into life now sit at the kitchen table staring into a mug that used to mean energy, drive, confidence. When that spark fades, most blame age or low testosterone. But here's the truth. The real problem often starts long before hormones drop. It begins in the silent highways of your body, your blood vessels, where circulation quietly slows, starving your muscles, your heart, even your passion. And when blood flow weakens, life itself feels dimmer. That's the scary part. Now, here's the good part. Circulation can be trained, reignited, rebuilt naturally. In my years as a urologist, I've helped countless men restore vitality without a single prescription. Today, I want to share a simple morning ritual that does exactly that. No gimmicks, no pills, just 5 everyday ingredients that can wake up the chemistry of confidence again. Because sometimes the line between exhaustion and energy, between weakness and power, is just one morning habit away, and it all starts with the cup already in your hands. When men first come to see me, they often whisper about testosterone like it's a secret password to manhood, but most of the time, the issue isn't hormones at all. It's traffic inside their own arteries. Picture the vessels that feed your heart muscles, and yes, the most private part of you as miles of smooth highways. With age, stress, sugar, and sleepless nights, those highways start collecting invisible roadblocks called endothelial damage. The surface that once released nitric oxide, your body's natural green light for blood flow, gets rough, stiff, and silent. The result? The same heart that pumps life through your body struggles to deliver energy where confidence begins. In America, nearly 1 in 3 men over 50 already show early signs of vascular decline long before they ever feel chest pain. That's why weak performance can be a quiet alarm ringing years before heart disease. Studies from Johns Hopkins and the University of Texas have proven that erectile dysfunction often appears 3 to 5 years before a cardiac event. It's the body's first whisper that circulation is slowing down. The good news is that circulation is not destiny, it's trainable tissue. Blood vessels can relearn flexibility, the same way muscles regain strength. I've seen men in their 60s rebuild stamina by walking 20 minutes a day, lowering added sugar, and sleeping with purpose. But daily habits alone aren't always enough. They need chemistry on their side. That's where this ritual begins, with what you drink every single morning. Your coffee isn't just caffeine. It can become a delivery system for nitric oxide antioxidants and natural hormone support if you build it right. And the secret lies in turning that simple cup into a science-based formula for blood flow. Because, the next time you reach for coffee, you'll realize it's not about waking up your mind, it's about waking up your circulation. So let's talk about the real spark behind that process, the molecule that decides whether your arteries open or close within seconds. Most men have never heard of nitric oxide until I mention it. And when they do, they usually think of something from a chemistry class. But nitric oxide isn't just a scientific term, it's your body's switch for life itself. When I explain this to my patients, I tell them to imagine standing on a long, winding road. When the signal is green, cars flow freely. When it turns red, everything stops. That signal is nitric oxide. It tells your arteries when to open and how wide to open. Without it, even the healthiest heart can't push blood where it needs to go. In your 20s, nitric oxide is abundant. It floods through the inner lining of your blood vessels, the endothelium, keeping it smooth, flexible, and strong. But as you move into your 50s and 60s, that lining becomes tired. Years of fast food, long commutes, and stress hormones like cortisol act like rust on a once perfect engine. Production drops. The body still tries to deliver oxygen, but the signal doesn't reach the end of the line. That's why you can feel fine during the day and then wonder why your energy focus or performance disappears when it matters most. Research from Harvard and the Cleveland Clinic shows that nitric oxide levels can decline by nearly 75% after age 60. That means your arteries lose their rhythm like a drummer missing the beat. You might still have desire, but your blood vessels don't get the message in time. The result isn't weakness, it's miscommunication between your brain, your heart, and your body's smallest arteries. The hopeful part is this nitric oxide is one of the easiest molecules to revive naturally. Unlike testosterone, which depends on complex hormonal feedback, nitric oxide responds to movement minerals and food chemistry. A 10-minute brisk walk can boost it. A deep breath through your nose can spark it. And yes, the right combination of morning ingredients can multiply it faster than any supplement pill you've ever seen on a shelf. When I first discovered this connection in my practice, it changed everything. Suddenly, coffee wasn't just coffee. It became a foundation, something I could enhance, customize, and turn into a morning tool for men who wanted their energy back. Because when you control nitric oxide, you control flow, blood flow, energy flow, even confidence flow. Now that you understand the signal, let's build the engine that powers it. 5 everyday ingredients that can wake up your circulation before the sun even rises. When I started testing this ritual with my patients, I realized something powerful. Nature already gives us the tools to rebuild circulation. We just need to use them in the right order. 5 common ingredients: coffee, lemon, garlic, ginger, and honey. Each play a unique role in reawakening the body's internal chemistry. When combined, they don't just add flavor, they work like a medical team, each with a specific job to do inside your arteries. Let's walk through them because every sip has a purpose. First, the foundation, coffee. Most people drink it just to wake up, but few realize how much it can do beyond caffeine. Coffee is rich in chlorogenic acids, plant compounds proven to support endothelial health and nitric oxide activity. Research from the University of California shows that 2 cups of moderate-strength coffee daily can improve blood vessel flexibility by nearly 30% in older adults. The key is choosing a medium roast because dark roasting burns away too many of those helpful antioxidants. And always skip the sugar and heavy creamers. Those cancel out the benefits by spiking insulin and tightening arteries. Instead, use filtered water, a clean roast, and drink it between 8 a.m. and noon when your body's cortisol naturally peaks. Think of coffee as the engine starter, but an engine still needs fuel, and that's where the next ingredient comes in. The second player is lemon. Just a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice transforms the chemistry of your stomach, making minerals like zinc, magnesium, and iron easier to absorb. These minerals feed testosterone production and nerve signaling, 2 things every man over 50 wants working efficiently. Lemon also contains vitamin C, a compound that protects nitric oxide from breaking down in the bloodstream. It's like putting a protective shield over your circulation. And there's one more thing: that sharp citrus scent triggers the brain's alert centers, boosting focus without the crash caffeine alone can cause. I tell men to let their coffee cool for a minute, then squeeze the lemon in. Too much heat can destroy the vitamin C before it even reaches your body. It's a simple act, but it's the handshake between your mind and metabolism. Now we come to the real vascular booster, garlic. The first time I explain this, I always see men hesitate. They picture raw cloves and strong breath. But garlic, when used properly, is a game changer. When you crush it and let it rest for 10 minutes, it releases a compound called allicin. Allicin acts like a natural vasodilator, relaxing the tiny muscles in your artery walls so blood can glide through smoothly. Clinical studies published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that men who consumed small daily amounts of fresh garlic reduced systolic blood pressure by 7 to 10 mmHg within 6 weeks. That's the same effect some mild medications deliver without the side effects. If you can't handle the taste, steep it briefly in hot water and strain it. Your bloodstream will still get the benefit. I like to remind patients garlic opens the road, lemon clears the path, and coffee powers the vehicle forward. The fourth ingredient brings warmth and endurance: ginger. Fresh ginger root contains gingerols compounds that improve insulin sensitivity, fight inflammation, and gently raise body temperature. That warmth you feel after drinking ginger tea, it's your blood moving. Research from the Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism shows that older adults who consume ginger daily improved circulation to the extremities by 18%. More oxygen, more nutrient delivery, more life. Ginger also helps muscles recover faster and supports testosterone indirectly by lowering oxidative stress in the testes. It's the body's internal tune-up, something you feel, not just read about. Combine your steep ginger water with your garlic infusion, and you'll notice how the aroma alone wakes up your senses before the caffeine does. Finally, the finisher: raw honey. This isn't about sweetness, it's about balance. Raw honey contains natural enzymes and trace antioxidants that help smooth out the bitterness of coffee and the acidity of lemon while adding a gentle fuel source for the morning. It stabilizes energy, preventing the crash that often follows pure caffeine. Just half a teaspoon stirred into warm, not boiling liquid keeps the nutrients alive. For anyone managing blood sugar, honey can be optional, but for most, it's the bridge between health and habit. It makes the ritual enjoyable, and enjoyment builds consistency, and consistency builds results. Each of these 5 ingredients has power on its own, but together they create what I call circulation synergy. Coffee stimulates nitric oxide production. Lemon preserves it. Garlic opens the arteries. Ginger keeps the flow steady. Honey stabilizes energy, so the habit lasts. You can feel this formula working within a week. The mornings feel clearer, your body warmer, your confidence subtly returning. It's not a miracle, it's just biology cooperating again. And here's the secret that most men miss: the body doesn't respond to intensity, it responds to rhythm. Doing this ritual once means little. Doing it daily resets your vascular tone like tuning an instrument. After a few weeks, even the skin tone changes: more color, more warmth, more oxygen in every cell. Men tell me, "Doc, I don't just feel awake, I feel alive again." That's circulation reawakened. But there's one last ingredient that changes this ritual from good to extraordinary, a hidden multiplier that takes everything you've built and doubles its impact from the inside out. Every formula has that one secret element that turns ordinary into remarkable. In this ritual, it's not some exotic herb or hard-to-find supplement. It's the humble cocoa powder, the same ingredient that once made the ancient Mayans call chocolate the drink of the gods. But I'm not talking about sugary hot chocolate. I'm talking about pure, unsweetened, high-flavanol cocoa, a natural powerhouse for your arteries. Here's why it works. Flavanols are plant compounds that help your endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, release more nitric oxide. A landmark clinical trial from Harvard showed that adults over 60 who consumed about 450 to 700 milligrams of cocoa flavanols per day improved arterial elasticity by nearly 25% in just 4 weeks. That means better oxygen delivery, stronger circulation, and a noticeable rise in stamina and clarity. In plain language, cocoa tells your blood vessels to breathe again. It's like giving your arteries a deep stretch after years of stiffness. The flavor isn't the only thing rich here, it's the science. Cocoa flavonols reduce oxidative stress, lower blood pressure modestly, and even support brain function. That's why men who add it to their morning ritual often report sharper focus and steadier energy throughout the day. Just 1 teaspoon stirred into your warm coffee mix is enough. The key is purity. Look for labels that say natural, non-alkalized, or high flavanol. Skip the sweetened brands. They contain more sugar than benefit. You're not chasing dessert, you're rebuilding circulation. If cocoa feels too strong, there's another option, beetroot powder or juice. Beets are loaded with dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide through a simple chemical pathway in the saliva and gut. The American Journal of Physiology reported that older adults who drank 8 ounces of beet juice before exercise increased blood flow to their muscles by 13% and lowered oxygen cost, meaning the same walk or workout felt easier. In essence, beets teach your arteries efficiency. That's exactly what aging blood vessels need, the ability to do more with less strain. I often tell my patients to rotate between the 2 cocoa, one day beetroot the next. Cocoa strengthens the inner walls. Beets widen the channels. Together they create a symphony of flow that no pill can replicate. And the best part, these foods work within hours, not months. Many men notice a difference by the end of the first week. Warmer hands, easier breathing during walks, stronger morning energy. It's subtle at first, then unmistakable. There's something deeply empowering about realizing that recovery doesn't come from a prescription, but from your own kitchen. Every time you stir that spoonful of cocoa or pour that beet juice, you're signaling to your body, I'm still in charge. You're telling your circulation to keep playing its rhythm day after day. And here's the thought that connects it all. For decades, men were told their decline was inevitable, that slowing down was nature's plan. But science now proves otherwise. Your arteries are living tissue. They respond to attention and training just like muscle. Feed them the right chemistry and they wake up. Treat them with consistency and they thrive. The transformation isn't sudden, it's cumulative, like sunlight returning after a long winter. Now, what happens when this ritual meets real life? Let me show you how men in their 60s turned these ingredients into a new rhythm of vitality and what that mindset shift can do for you next. When I first began teaching this ritual, I didn't start with theories or lectures. I started with men who had quietly given up on feeling strong again. One of them, a retired engineer named John, sat in my office 3 years ago, exhausted and frustrated. He told me, I don't feel broken, but I feel disconnected. That sentence never left me. It's what this ritual is truly about: reconnection. Reconnecting blood flow to muscle chemistry, to confidence, body, to purpose. John began with small steps, a short morning walk, a glass of water before his coffee, and then the full circulation ritual every day. The first week, he felt a little more alert. By week 3, his sleep improved. At 6 weeks, he walked back into my office with color in his face and a new steadiness in his eyes. He wasn't chasing pills anymore. He was building flow. That's what nitric oxide does. It rebuilds the rhythm of life from the inside out. Science backs what I've seen countless times. Studies from the University of Exeter and the Mayo Clinic confirm that combining nitric oxide supporting foods with light movement improves vascular function faster than diet alone. It's not just chemistry, it's behavior. You build new arteries the same way you build new habits, repetition, intention, and consistency. Every morning, the cup becomes a signal: I'm still here. I still matter. I'm taking my health back, one sip at a time. This shift goes deeper than circulation. When blood moves, the mind follows. Energy levels rise, focus sharpens, relationships improve. The same men who once came to me worried about performance now talk about hiking again, building things, laughing more. They've learned what modern medicine often forgets, that vitality isn't a number, it's a signal. And when that signal flows, everything else falls into rhythm. So here's my message to every man listening. Don't wait for a diagnosis to start paying attention. Your body is always talking to you. It's talking to each heartbeat is a message of potential. Each breath a reminder that it's not over, not even close. The goal isn't perfection, it's reconnection, because at the end of the day, the secret to feeling younger isn't hidden in a capsule or clinic. It's waiting quietly in your kitchen, inside a cup, where chemistry meets choice and habit becomes healing. And as every man who's rediscovered that flow can tell you, the story doesn't end here. It continues with how you close each day, because what you do tonight determines how powerfully you'll wake up tomorrow. So let's bring it all together. What you've learned today isn't magic. It's biology in rhythm with daily choice. Every cup, every step, every breath you take helps restore the balance your body has been asking for. Circulation is not just about performance, it's about life force, oxygen, energy, focus, and confidence moving freely through every cell. When blood flows, everything works better: your heart, your brain, your mood, and your relationships. My advice is simple: start small, but start today. Try this morning ritual for 1 week. Notice how your energy shifts, how your mornings begin to feel alive again. Pair it with movement, with sleep, with intention, and most importantly, listen to your body. It's wiser than you think. If this message resonated with you, save this video so you can come back to it whenever you need a reminder. Share it with a friend who might be struggling in silence. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next health insight designed to help men stay strong, confident, and connected. Your health isn't just something to protect, it's something to rediscover one morning, one heartbeat, one choice at a time.